Roseanne Barr's struggle in the entertainment arena has been one of historic ups and tear-jerking downs, flavored with irony and resilience and public scrutiny. Roseanne Barr became a comedy pioneer in the 1980s, leaving quite an impression on the public through her biting wit and highly relatable sense of humor. Most of her stand-up routines centered on the life of a working-class housewife, making them very relatable to millions. This set the stage for her iconic sitcom, Roseanne, which debuted in 1988. It was groundbreaking in its representation of a blue-collar American family, considerably different from the idealized families otherwise presented on TV during that time. Roseanne tackled real-life issues like money problems, raising children, and social norms, earning both critical and popular acclaim. Roseanne Barr became synonymous with being real and funny, the everyday voice. However, Barr's road to success was not smooth. In 1990, she became embroiled in the first of several controversies at a baseball game. She took the field and embarrassed many by singing the national anthem off-key and acting disrespectfully at the end. This was only the first in a line of public missteps that would eventually cast a very long shadow over her career. Barr has remained a controversial figure, always testing the waters and speaking her mind, often earning both admiration and criticism. The 2018 revival of Roseanne put Barr back front and center. The show's return was met with much fanfare, and the critical response securely cemented her place as a cultural icon. However, this comeback proved to be short-lived, as a racially insensitive tweet about former Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett ended the show abruptly when ABC canceled it. The tweet raised significant backlash from all corners and resulted in the axing of the series reboot, delivering a huge career blow for Barr. Once again, it highlighted the precarious balance between free expression and social responsibility, something Simone seemed to lose grasp of throughout her career. Beyond her public life, Barr has faced numerous personal challenges. She has opened up about her struggles with mental health, citing multiple personality disorder and depression. Her openness sheds light on the often unseen mental health issues faced by many in the entertainment industry. Additionally, her relationships with her parents and siblings have been estranged, representing another significant battle in her life. In recent years, Barr has stepped back from the public eye. Her legacy remains a complex mixture of being a pioneering comedian and a polarizing figure. Fame is a precarious thing, and our actions and words can haunt us forever. The tragedy of Roseanne Barr is not just about the controversies that ultimately derailed her career, but also about unrealized potential, lost opportunities, and private battles that few knew about. As we navigate the ups and downs of Roseanne Barr's life and career, we aim to deliver a nuanced portrayal of a figure who has left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. Join us as we dive into the tragedy of Roseanne Barr, a story of talent, controversy, and redemption. Early life. Roseanne Cherry Barr was born on November 3, 1952, in Salt Lake City, Utah, into a working-class Jewish family. Her parents, Helen and Jerome Herschel Jerry Barr, were steeped in the culture and mores of their heritage, forming the nucleus of Roseanne's early years and shaping her worldview. Her father, Jerome, was a salesman, and her mother, Helen, was a bookkeeper and cashier. The Barr family didn't have much, but they were very loving. Those same traits, their sense of resilience and humor, would carry Roseanne through her life. Growing up in predominantly Mormon Salt Lake City, the Barrs were one of the few Jewish families in the area. This cultural isolation often made Roseanne feel like an outsider, a feeling that would later influence her comedic style as she frequently returned to that underdog place when relating to her audience. Roseanne was a little girl who had already developed a flair for performance and sharp wit. This made her very vocal and able to keep people around her in stitches. However, her childhood was not easy. At 3 years old, she was diagnosed with Bell's palsy, a condition causing temporary weakness or paralysis of the muscles in the face. This diagnosis frightened the young Roseanne and her family, but she eventually recovered. The experience of the illness, however, was forever etched in her mind and contributed to her resilience. Another trauma that characterized Roseanne's childhood years was getting hit by a car at the age of 16. Which caused a traumatic brain injury. The event shook her physically and emotionally. She spent 8 months in the hospital recovering and undergoing extensive rehabilitation. It was during this challenging period that Roseanne began to hone her sense of humor as a coping mechanism, refining the comedic skills that would define her career. In addition to these personal challenges, Roseanne also had trouble at home. She never got along with her parents, especially her father. Roseanne has openly discussed the emotional and psychological abuse she suffered at his hands, which made her childhood even more difficult and contributed to her mental health issues later in life. Amidst all that strife, she found her calling in comedy and acting. In her teens, Roseanne began dabbling in stand-up comedy, performing in small clubs and perfecting her craft. Her early shows were marked by a rough, uncensored brand of humor that often drew from her own life. She created a comic persona that many people, especially women, could identify with in her stories about domesticity and everyday struggles. At 18, Roseanne moved out of Utah to Colorado to start anew. Her first jobs were odd jobs she could pick up, including working as a waitress and dishwasher. These experiences would later become material for her comedy, filled with funny bits that seemed authentic. It was during this time that she began seriously venturing into stand-up comedy, performing in local clubs and slowly building a fan base. It wasn't until 1985 that Roseanne's career began to take off when she was invited to perform on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Her performance was a hit, marking the beginning of her rise to stardom. She quickly became known for her sharp wit and candid portrayal of working-class life. Her success on The Tonight Show opened many doors, leading to appearances on other popular talk shows and comedy specials. In 1988, her sitcom Roseanne premiered, catapulting her career to new heights. The show became an immediate hit and received widespread acclaim for its realistic portrayal of a working-class family and its willingness to tackle important social issues. Roseanne gained further critical acclaim and a devoted fan base for her performance as the matriarch of the Connor family. This cemented her position as a trailblazer in comedy, breaking barriers for women and comedians alike. Career rise to fame? Roseanne Barr's rise in the world of entertainment is a story of relentless determination, uncensored humor, and an indomitable spirit. Her journey from an unlikely background to the top of comedy and television is at times uplifting and complicated. Her story reflects not only her massive success but also the broader impact she had on the entertainment industry. Born on November 3, 1952 in Salt Lake City, Utah, Roseanne Cherry Barr spent her childhood in a working-class Jewish family. Her early life was marked by financial struggles and familial challenges that provided much of the raw material she would later mine for her unique comedic voice. Barr's childhood placed her in situations where she found relief through laughter, and her ability to turn anything into humorous commentary seemed hardwired into her, setting her on the path that would become her career. Barr entered the comedy scene in the late 1970s, building up a unique comedic persona in local clubs and breaking out to mass audiences. Unlike most of her contemporaries, Barr's humor was raw, unapologetic, and relatable. She often drew material from her life as a wife and mother, even coining the phrase domestic goddess to describe herself. It was refreshing to see this against a comedy landscape dominated by men, where women's perspectives were rarely highlighted. Her big break came in 1985 when she appeared on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. She did an excellent job and received widespread praise. Carson had a keen eye for talent, and he loved Barr's quick wit and authenticity. His endorsement pushed her into the limelight, allowing her to land higher-profile gigs and opportunities, such as an HBO special that solidified her status as one of the rising stars in comedy. The success of her stand-up career paved the way for her biggest achievement, the sitcom Roseanne. It debuted in 1988 on ABC, and was radically different from most family sitcoms of the time. Developed by Matt Williams with major creative contributions from Barr herself, Roseanne followed the Connors, a blue-collar family struggling with everyday realities. Barr played the matriarch, Roseanne Connor, a role that was an extension of her stand-up persona. Roseanne was praised for its realistic portrayal of working-class America, discussing issues like financial struggles, raising children, and societal expectations, issues millions of viewers could relate to, all presented with sharp wit and frankness. Its success was both immediate and enormous, achieving top ratings and winning several awards, including Emmys and Golden Globes. Barr's portrayal of Roseanne Connor was critically acclaimed for being more realistic and multidimensional than usual, making her a household name in American television. The impact of Roseanne extended beyond simple entertainment. It was a social mirror reflecting the realities faced by working-class families in America. The show gave voice to topics such as domestic violence, teenage pregnancy, and LGBTQ+ issues, subjects that were often taboo in mainstream television. Barr's persistence in making these topics both funny and honest demonstrated her passion for using humor as a tool for social commentary. Outside of her work on Roseanne, Barr became a vocal advocate for women's rights and a challenger to the male-dominated landscape of television production. She paved the way for female comedians who followed, proving that women had stories to tell that could attract large audiences. While Roseanne remained the linchpin of her career, Barr continued to explore other avenues in entertainment. She made film appearances in She Devil 1989 and Look Who's Talking 2 1990. Although neither film was as successful as her television work, they showed her willingness to take risks and grow as an artist. Barr also ventured into producing and writing. She developed and produced several television shows, including The Roseanne Show, a daytime talk show that aired from 1998 to 2000. Although brief, the show allowed Barr to connect with her audience personally and interactively, further cementing her status as a multifaceted entertainer. Throughout her career, Barr received numerous awards for her contributions to comedy and television. In addition to winning an Emmy and a Golden Globe for Roseanne, she also received the prestigious Peabody Award in 1993. The Peabody Award recognizes outstanding storytelling that impacts and enhances American culture. Barr's work as a trailblazer was acknowledged by various organizations within the industry, securing her place in history as a comedy pioneer. Controversies. Roseanne Barr's career has often been overshadowed by major controversies. From the infamous national anthem performance to provocative public statements and a high-profile social media scandal, Barr's life is a prime example of how fame can act as a double-edged sword, especially when lived in the public eye. National anthem performance, 1990. One of the first and most memorable controversies in Roseanne Barr's career occurred on July 25, 1990. When she was invited to perform the national anthem before a San Diego Padres baseball game. What was envisioned as a patriotic moment quickly became a media spectacle of a different kind. Roseanne Barr delivered a performance of the Star-Spangled Banner that was off-key, and her attempt to sing in a comedic and exaggerated manner fell flat. To top it off, she imitated the commonly perceived, albeit inappropriate, actions of baseball players grabbing her crotch and spitting on the ground, which many perceived as disrespectful to the anthem and the country. The backlash was swift and severe. Barr was lambasted by irate fans, the media, and even politicians. Then President George H.W. Bush labeled the performance disgraceful. To many, this event set off a convoluted and sometimes bitter relationship between Roseanne Barr and the public. While some defended her, arguing that she was simply being her comedic persona, many saw it as pure disrespect. This incident set the tone for a career marked by bold, at times divisive actions and statements, public statements and behavior. Roseanne Barr has been outspoken throughout her career, often making statements that have sparked public outcry. Her willingness to speak her mind on various topics, from politics to social issues to personal beliefs, has earned her both support and controversy. One of the most notable examples was in the late 2000s when Barr began to express her political views more intensely. She became one of the early and vocal supporters of the progressive wing, loudly proclaiming her disdain for the political establishment. In 2012, she ran for president as a candidate for the Peace and Freedom Party, using that platform to promote issues like economic justice, environmental protection, and social fairness. Although her campaign was largely symbolic, it underscored her commitment to activism and willingness to challenge the status quo. However, some of Barr's political statements have also veered into controversial territory. She has shared and promoted conspiracy theories, often espousing views that starkly differ from the mainstream perspective. For example, Barr has made statements insinuating that public figures from high circles of politics have engaged in certain illicit activities. While such statements have been widely dismissed, they have nevertheless generated significant media attention and public debate. Her embrace of such theories has alienated some fans and contributed to her reputation as a polarizing figure. Another major source of controversy has been Barr's use of social media. She has frequently used platforms like Twitter to voice her opinions, often bluntly. There have been several high-profile incidents where her social media activity has sparked public feuds with other celebrities or resulted in inflammatory comments on various issues. While her fans praise her for her forthrightness and willingness to speak her mind, many view her behavior as reckless and damaging. 2018 Roseanne revival and cancellation. The most significant controversy in Roseanne Barr's career came with the revival of her eponymous sitcom Roseanne in 2018. The show's return to a BC was met with high ratings and positive reviews, reaffirming Roseanne Barr as a cultural icon. The updated version of the original series retained its spirit, while addressing contemporary themes like political divides, healthcare, and working-class struggles. Now older and facing new challenges, the Connor family continued to resonate with both former fans and a new generation of viewers. This success was short-lived. On May 29, 2018, Barr posted a tweet about Valerie Jarrett, a former senior advisor to President Barack Obama. The tweet, widely condemned as racist, compared Jarrett, an African-American woman, to an ape, which is historically and deeply offensive. The reaction was immediate and severe, with many calling on ABC to take action. ABC responded by canceling Roseanne the same day, despite the show's popularity and high ratings. The network described Barr's tweet as abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values. This constituted a significant career and reputational blow for Barr. It also opened a broader debate about accountability and the actions of public figures in the age of social media. Barr issued an apology, explaining that the tweet was a result of a late-night social media post combined with sleep medication. However, the damage was already done. The incident highlighted the dangers of fame in the digital age, where one tweet can cause significant harm in a very short period. The cancellation of Roseanne led to the creation of a spin-off series, The Connors, which continued without Barr. The new series sensitively handled the absence of Barr's character, dealing thoughtfully with the remaining members of the Connor family. While The Connors enjoyed its own success, the legacy of Roseanne was forever marred by controversy. Even after Roseanne was canceled, Barr remained a lightning rod for controversy. She continued to post on social media, periodically making headlines for her comments and statements. Many of her public appearances and interviews since then have been tinged with descriptions of her experiences and the repercussions of her action, a complex mix of regret, defiance, and a desire for redemption. The story of Roseanne Barr is a cautionary tale about how fame and the power of words can go wrong. While her career is a testament to her talent and impact on American entertainment, it also serves as a reminder of the consequences of public missteps. The controversies that have marked her career highlight the pressures stars face in an ever-changing media landscape, personal struggles. Roseanne Barr's life, marked by the successes of her career, is equally defined by profound personal struggles. These struggles have played out both publicly and privately, creating a complex and challenging journey for the comedian. Mental health challenges. One of the most prominent personal challenges Roseanne Barr has faced is her mental health. Throughout her life, Barr has been candid about her experiences with multiple personality disorder, now known as dissociative identity disorder, and depression. Her openness about these challenges is both courageous and educational, revealing the difficulties people endure when burdened by such conditions. Dissociative identity disorder is one of the most extreme forms of dissociation, a mental process that creates a lack of connection in a person's thoughts, memory, and sense of identity. This condition can be extremely challenging to live with, causing confusion, anxiety, and feelings of isolation. Barr has described how these mental health issues have impacted her life and career, indicating that living with a disorder that disrupts one's sense of self and continuity is exhausting. Depression was another major battle Barr faced, further complicating her mental health landscape. Depression can drain motivation, distort perception, and plunge a person into deep despair, making daily life difficult. Barr's willingness to speak publicly about her mental health helped to destigmatize these conditions, encouraging others to seek help without fear of judgment. Family dynamics. Another area of Barr's struggles involves her family dynamics. Barr has had complicated and at times tumultuous relationships with her family members. She has experienced periods of estrangement from her parents and siblings, and these fractured relationships have contributed to the emotional baggage she has carried throughout her life. Barr's childhood was fraught with difficulties that laid the groundwork for some of her later struggles. Raised in a Jewish family in Salt Lake City, Utah, Barr's relationship with her parents was strained, and she has described her father as abusive. Barr left home at a young age in pursuit of independence and to escape the turmoil within her family life. This early departure created a foundation of estrangement that would continue to affect her relationships with her parents and siblings. In addition to her parental relationships, Barr has faced challenges as a mother. She has 5 children, but balancing her career and family life was often difficult. Her high-pressure job in the entertainment industry frequently kept her away from her family, leading to feelings of guilt and resentment. Barr has spoken about the difficulty of maintaining a tight-knit family unit amidst the stresses of fame and the relentless demands of her career. Health difficulties. Beyond her mental health struggles, Barr has also faced serious physical health challenges. She suffers from macular degeneration and glaucoma, 2 eye conditions that can lead to blindness. These conditions have been a source of stress and discouragement for Barr, as they threaten her independence and quality of life. Coping with these health issues has required immense strength and resilience, particularly given her already challenging mental health landscape recent years. For Roseanne Barr, the years since the 2018 cancellation of Roseanne have been a time of significant transition and reflection. After her show was abruptly canceled following a racially insensitive tweet, it marked a defining moment in her life, with repercussions that have continued to affect her both professionally and personally. The cancellation of the Roseanne revival by ABC sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, raising questions about the impact of a single tweet on a celebrity's career. Some critics saw the comment as emblematic of Barr's problematic views, while others debated the boundaries of free speech and the role of social media in shaping public discourse. The cancellation was not only a professional blow but also a deeply personal one. Barr faced intense criticism from all quarters, leading to a tumultuous period of public soul-searching and attempts at atonement. She issued multiple statements and gave numerous interviews trying to explain and apologize for her tweet. However, these efforts could not repair the damage to her public image. Since then, Barr has largely retreated from mainstream media. This period has been a mix of soul-searching and continued controversy. She has remained active on social media, where she continues to post her thoughts on politics and current events. Her social media presence remains polarizing, often reigniting debates and controversies. Barr has also used this time to focus on her personal life and health. She has always been vocal about her mental health struggles, including her battles with dissociative identity disorder and depression. This period of her life has been marked by a renewed emphasis on her well-being and a search for personal peace amidst public turmoil. In an effort to return to the entertainment scene, Barr announced plans to embark on a stand-up comedy tour. This move was seen by many as an attempt to reconnect with her audience and regain lost ground in a different format. The tour received mixed reviews, with some praising her resilience and humor, while others remained critical of her past controversies. In addition to her stand-up work, Barr has dabbled in podcasting. She hosted a podcast where she discussed various topics, including politics, culture, and her personal life. This platform allowed her to communicate directly with her audience and express her views on a range of issues. While the podcast attracted a dedicated audience, it did not achieve the same level of success as her previous work. Barr's personal life has continued to present challenges, both publicly and privately. She has spoken frankly about her family relationships and her efforts to reconcile with estranged family members. Her family dynamics have often been a source of tension and emotional strain, adding further complexity to her narrative. In recent years, Barr has also been involved in various philanthropic efforts. She has championed mental health awareness and supported other social causes that impact marginalized groups. Her involvement in these efforts is seen as a way of channeling her energy into positive actions that bring meaning to her life. Roseanne Barr's legacy is multidimensional, with narratives spanning comedy, television, and personal struggle. Her impact on the entertainment industry is profound, marked by a series of significant achievements and controversial moments that have collectively shaped her legacy. Roseanne Barr's rise to fame began with her stand-up comedy, which was characterized by a raw and unfiltered style that resonated with audiences. Her humor was rooted in the day-to-day experiences of a regular person, offering a stark contrast to the idealized portrayals often found in popular media. Barr's comedic voice was blunt and real, addressing the struggles of the working class and the intricacies of family life in a way that had never been done before with such candor. Her success in stand-up comedy led to her most significant contribution to television, the sitcom Roseanne. Debuting in 1988, Roseanne revolutionized the family sitcom genre. It deviated from the standard format, offering a more realistic and less sanitized portrayal of American life. The Connors, led by Barr's character, were a depiction of a working-class family grappling with financial issues, marital problems, and the challenges of raising children. The show dealt with real problems, giving it cultural relevance for audiences in the late 20th century. Roseanne was remarkable not only for its content but also for its success. It became one of the highest-rated television shows of its time, winning numerous awards including Emmys and Golden Globes. Barr herself received critical acclaim for her portrayal of Roseanne Connor. The show's impact extended beyond entertainment, influencing discussions on class and gender and redefining the representation of working-class life on television. However, Barr's career has also been marked by numerous controversies. Among the most infamous was her performance at a baseball game in 1990, when she sang the national anthem off-key, while making gestures that many considered lewd. Widely regarded as one of the most disrespectful renditions of the national anthem, this incident set the stage for a pattern of behavior that would define much of Barr's later public life. Barr's outspoken nature and controversial statements became increasingly prominent in the 2000s and 2010s. Her social media presence provided a platform for her more provocative and polarizing views. Much of her political commentary and engagement with conspiracy theories, particularly on Twitter, often drew backlash. These controversies frequently overshadowed her achievements, creating a complicated public perception of her legacy. The most significant blow to Barr's career came in 2018 with the revival of Roseanne. Initially celebrated as a comeback story, the series' fortunes dramatically reversed when Barr posted a racially insensitive tweet about Valerie Jarrett. The backlash was swift, and ABC quickly canceled the series, severing ties with Barr. The incident highlighted the tension between free speech and social responsibility, with Barr's actions leading to serious consequences for her career and those associated with the show. Barr's personal life has also been marked by challenges that have inevitably intertwined with her public persona. She has openly discussed her struggles with mental health, including dissociative identity disorder and depression. By speaking candidly about these issues, she has helped shed light on the often hidden struggles faced by many in the entertainment industry, contributing to broader discussions on mental health and stigma. Her family relationships have been tumultuous, with periods of estrangement and reconciliation playing out in the public eye. These personal struggles have shaped her story, revealing an individual wrestling with both internal and external conflicts. Despite the controversies and personal challenges, Roseanne Barr has undoubtedly left her mark on television and comedy. Her most enduring contributions include redefining the sitcom genre and reshaping the representation of working-class life on screen. In many ways, Roseanne set the standard for more realistic depictions of its subject matter, influencing numerous television shows that followed in its footsteps. Barr's career serves as a cautionary tale about fame, personal behavior, and public perception. Her story reflects the precarious balance required of public figures, where the line between personal and professional actions can easily blur, leading to both career building and peril. Roseanne Barr's legacy is a tapestry rich with innovation, controversy, and personal struggle. Her contributions to comedy and television are indelible, yet her career is also marked by the challenges and consequences that accompany a life lived in the public eye. In her story, we see the reflection of a figure who transformed the entertainment landscape while weathering personal and professional storms. Her legacy is one of authenticity, impact, and the enduring complexity of a life in the spotlight.